know what's the craziest thing about this hoodie that I'm wearing right now? Is that I've had this hoodie since high school, and the fact that I had this hoodie when I met my wife is kind of crazy to me. I was just thinking about that just now. I'm only talking about this hoodie because I just went to my car because I realized that I haven't been outside all day because I've been working on video ideas and stuff like that, mostly for work, and I've been wearing a tank top and shorts all day, so I wasn't really dressed for outside, and this is my first time outside. And now I realize, yep, it's a little too chilly for that now. 1 second. So since this is my first time like outside all day, I'm really just coming outside to kind of work on personal stuff, like maybe some more video ideas. And also Cassidy got me listening to Kid Cudi now, so I'm listening to Indica now on my new AirPods. Thank you, Cassidy, yet again. But I'm gonna sit here and chill, maybe come up with some video ideas for a little bit, and then after that maybe I'll go back inside. I don't know, this is really all I had planned for today because I haven't been outside and I just wanted to go outside and was feeling a little creative. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Alright, we are officially done here. I had one spider crawl across my freaking leg and I'm done. I mean, sitting there at that tree, first of all, I wrote up 4 videos, and no, I'm not that great. I only wrote up 2 of which sitting at the tree. The other 2 I wrote up yesterday or a couple days ago. I don't know, I've always been really weird about planning out videos because it's like I want to do something spontaneous, but at the same time I want to make sure that it makes sense as well and that you get something from it. And I know how I am, like I get so many ideas, and then while I'm shooting the video I'll get another idea, and all of a sudden this video is like 20 minutes long. You don't want that happening. And also, how do you guys like the new lens? Look at that. You can see the world around me now. And I also don't have to hold my arm way out here. I can be nice and comfortable. I can even get real close like this. Like this thing is literally a few inches from my face. You can still see everything. I love this lens. Thinking about jumping back into doing some other type of videos as well. With the midst of everything going on, like I just really feel the need to create and to respond positively as I can, because there's a lot of negative, and I realize that although I know that everything that's been going on with, you know, the re-spark of the Black Lives Matter movement, it's not new to me. I'm even more so in that hyper awareness state because everybody understands what's happening now, right? I don't know. I still don't have the words to formulate how I feel. They're very complicated emotions, and they're mostly due to the fact that, like, I don't know, I work in the history field. Like, that's my job. That's what I do for 40 hours a week. Is teach people not only about history of the 18th century, but also about African American history of the 18th century. I won't go into the deep end of that, but the point is that until you actually pick up documents, read those documents, go to these places like I have, you really truly don't understand the magnitude of what everything was and how that affected everything now. Because a lot of that stuff just changed forms. It didn't go away, it just changed forms. And yes, I'm still a little bit bitter. I wouldn't say bitter. Upset, emotional. It's still a little raw for me. Like, it's still, new. It's a nice little walk. I'm just walking up and down my complex here, just on the main road. And it's a nice little stretch. Like at the end here, it's got a little hill. Like I just walked up this hill, which is why I was a little bit out of breath. But now I'm walking back. In fact, I've been putting on pounds too, which is part of the reason why I put this hoodie on, because I didn't want y'all to see my quarantine belly, you know, my quarantine 15. I didn't want y'all to see that. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this walk back home. And you know what? We're gonna add multiple days to this vlog this go around. How about that? So let's just say that this is just day one of this vlog. We'll see what happens the rest of the week. Let's just fast forward to another day. Like, today I posted a photo, rather a portrait of myself, and it was me wearing this shirt. It was this photo, if y'all can, I don't know if you can see that on there. Yeah, see it? So I was surprised at how many people actually liked the photo and engaged with that photo on my Instagram. Actually, both of my Instagram accounts. I actually have 2 Instagram accounts. And it just got a really great response, which I wasn't expecting. However, I feel like if I'd have posted this picture at any other time in any other type of way, that this wouldn't have gotten nearly as much traction as now, just because I guess I feel like right now everybody is taking this as kind of a trend to be woke or whatever, when in actuality this is for real. This is how people feel. This is how I feel. And it's not just to be trendy, but because that's all I've ever known. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But hopefully it all sticks. But I don't know, I'm gonna get off my phone now because I'm outside. It's nice outside. You can hear the birds chirping. Good morning. Every morning. Ugh. Nope. Every morning. Here we are.
Dumbfounded.
What?
This is what I always use for this. I don't know why it's not turning on.
Well, the drums look good.
Record like 30 seconds of footage.
As long as the drums look good.
Invalid operation.
I kind of don't care. Look at that. Turn on bedroom light. So that took way longer than anticipated today, but it is now almost 6 o'clock. Hold on 2 seconds, let me see what time it is. It is 5:54, so almost 6 o'clock. I've been at church literally all day. I went in to record drums. We started at 9:30. And then one thing led to another. I also filmed video for church, so that I wound up sitting in on like how they do interview style video and stuff like that, and lighting principles, basic video principles. And like, I'm self-taught, as y'all could plainly see. So what I decided to do was to learn from someone whose job it is to do this job. So why not? It was a free course and he just wants to help people. But now I'm gonna slow it down, and yeah, there's something I wanted to talk about, but I don't have enough time today, so I'll do this another day. No, it's fine. As Cassidy continues to watch Living Single, actually she should probably turn it down so I don't get flagged for this video. She also bought me some caramel macchiato espresso, but it's cool. It's iced espresso, so I don't have to make freaking focus. Yeah, you probably can see that. It's so I don't have to make iced coffee, which is a lot of work. It smells good. Tastes alright too. The one thing that I wanted to talk about from what I said last time was the response to the Black Lives Matters movement. It's been really great to see the response from my perspective, because 2014-15 is when things really started to change for me in terms of how to go about living in a state of almost constant fear. Imagine Trayvon Martin, when he died, at that point in time in my life, I was the hoodie kid. I wore a hoodie like every day for every reason, and just knowing that that could have been me for any reason at any point in time was kind of scary. And so I started shifting my friend groups and things like that, and started to really weed out the people that I wanted to be in my life, because that was something that was really big. Fast forward to now, where you've had, you know, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all of those other lives that have been lost doing natural everyday sort of things that I do as well. And I think the biggest thing from the response from everyone around the globe is that this is something that should not be happening. But also from people like me, people of color. It doesn't matter what race, just people of color. It really changes the perspective, because now you realize that could have been you. And with that thought, you really get afraid. And I think a lot more people are speaking out about how afraid they've actually been this entire time. And with this thing being global within the last, last week or the week before, so about 2 weeks ago was when this thing really went global. And like, my biggest thing was, the reason why I didn't post is because I was trying to figure out what to say. And at this point in time, I don't want the momentum to die. In fact, I think the biggest thing is that we all educate ourselves. Now, today's Saturday, yesterday was Juneteenth. And I also did a video for my job at the barracks. If you want one of these, you can get one from the barracks. But I also did a video for my job, and I gave some book recommendations. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna give those recommendations actually down in the description of this video, so that if you wanna learn more, you actually can. Because I think the biggest thing to do now is to start educating ourselves. Whether you are Black, Latina, mixed, even white, Asian, it doesn't matter what color you are. It matters that you know the history and that you know where you're going from here, because our history actually informs our future. In fact, what my uncle used to say, because he actually was a historical interpreter at my job. I'm actually a second generation historical interpreter, and our job is to teach history, and more or less teach Black history is what we're charged with doing. And so what he used to say to me all the time, in fact, we used to say to all the 3rd and 4th graders that came through, is the more history changes, the more it remains the same. And you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you come from. And so now is the point to educate ourselves, to figure out where we come from, to be able to look forward and fix the things that we want to see fixed. It's not enough to just get up and go out and protest. I did that. I went out and protested. But what's the next step? The next step is you have to educate yourself and then go out there and see how you can make those changes based off of what you've already learned, based off of how you know the system works. And for us right now, I live in New Jersey. Our primaries are coming up in July. I'm gonna go vote in the primaries. I moved to a new township, so I plan on learning on my local politics as well, learning about my local government, who's the mayor, who's my freeholder, who are these government officials that we elect to represent us, and who are the people I can go to say, hey, I want you to change this, or you're not doing a good job, or what have you. In order to know how to make those responses, we have to educate ourselves. We can't just expect things to just change naturally on their own because people are aware. Just a news flash, people have been aware for over 400 years. The 1619 Project, right? That was last year, 2019. And what that was is commemorating 400 years of slavery here in North America, or rather 400 years since the beginning of slavery in North America. But as we know, in my job, I talk about 18th century, 1700s. We talk about how people were in the 1800s. Slavery started in the 1600s. And I talk about the 1700s. And what Juneteenth celebrates is something that happened in the 1800s, 1865. But here we are in 2020, after the civil rights movement, which was only 60 years ago. 60 years is not that long ago. And yet we're still faced with social injustices in many forms. And the fact that racism is still a question in 2020 is actually really disgusting to me. There's no other word to describe it, because we as a progressive civilization should be able to handle something as simple as saying, separating people by the color of their skin, or discriminating against people by the color of their skin or how they act or what they do is wrong. Especially when we live in a place whose motto is land of the free. And right now it doesn't feel like we're one nation. It feels like we're very divided. And I feel like unity can come if we all play our parts. And part of that is educating. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about. Like I said, I have a few books that I recommend to get you going. And my books are from the 18th century, and I will link those down below. But that's what I really wanted to talk about. And I'm sorry it took so long for me to say something, but I wanted to make sure that what I said actually made sense and I didn't just want to respond for the sake of responding. I wanted this to be something that resonated with you as a viewer. And if this strikes you the wrong way, oh well, but this is my truth. This is my life. This is what I live through every single day. So if you're going to dispute me and tell me I'm wrong, don't bother. Don't waste your breath, because you can't tell me what my life is like. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this here caramel macchiato. And if you like this video, like it. Leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to have conversations with all of you. And yeah, try to keep doing more stuff like this. So if you want to subscribe, feel free. But hopefully this will give you something to think about in the coming weeks as we wind down and wind out of being in total lockdown for COVID and moving into a better future here post-COVID, hopefully sometime soon. But that's all I got for you. So until next time, later.